Now, a London surgeon has warned the issue of black market hair transplants is on the rise in the capital. With 85% of men suffering from alopecia or balding, unlicensed and unqualified doctors are doing the treatment, resulting in permanent visible scarring and infections, among other issues. Dr. Raja is a specialist hair transplant surgeon based in the capital who has dedicated some of his time to helping those suffering from the effects of poor quality hair transplants, and he wants to raise awareness of what people should be looking out for.
There's two main methods by which we're performing hair transplants at the moment. One of them, by far the most popular at the moment, is the FUE method, also known as follicular unit excision hair transplant surgery, and that involves taking individual follicles from a donor area, which is usually the back of the head, and then implanting them into areas of loss. There's no visible linear scarring. So, they're the two main modes by which we perform the surgery.
What are the risks of the procedure being done incorrectly or unprofessionally?
Certainly this is something that we're starting to see more and more so, and the risk can be really bad scarring in the donor area, and over-harvesting of grafts can lead to that. So clinics which are promising unlimited grafts or a very large number of grafts in one session, usually for me that's a big red flag, because we always work to our limitations. It doesn't mean that you can't achieve a good result. It might mean you need more than one session, but it's always better to be prudent when you're looking at harvesting follicles. So people are often drawn in by the low cost, and of course, told that they're going to have the highest number of grafts taken, and that can lead to really bad results that look unnatural and leave people in a very desperate situation where they end up having to then seek help elsewhere, by which point it might be very difficult to treat.
Do you think there's the issue of the fact that because it doesn't appear to perhaps be such an invasive surgery as other cosmetic procedures can be, that people maybe feel they don't need to do as much research into it before they go ahead?
I think, we're starting to see a shift in the way people think about hair transplants, and, it was quite a taboo subject some time ago, but now people are becoming more and more open about it. We don't belittle the surgery in any way. I mean, anyone who's a dedicated hair transplant surgeon, for us, we understand the impact of hair loss and the detrimental effect it can have, to the point where, in some cases people can end up being suicidal. So, we take it very seriously, but, there's a lot of people out there who will take a chance in order to try and get a better look, but they might end up worse off than they were before. And we see a lot of these.
We have seen an increase in recent years of, in celebrity culture, seeing people in the public eye having this procedure done, people like Wayne Rooney in recent history. How much of an impact has that had on the number of people coming in? Do they reference those kinds of names?
Absolutely. I think it's opened the floodgates for the industry, and there are a lot of celebrities that are starting to become open about having the procedure done. And certainly had an impact on a lot of younger men as well, who often it can lead to unrealistic expectations. It's something that we have to manage during the consultation process, but it's certainly made it more, it's normalized hair transplant surgery to some degree, and I think it's certainly increased the demand for it as well.
There we are, Dr. Raja there, with his concerns over people unknowingly taking risks for those transplants.